Stop scrolling and listen, because the images you're about to hear described are not just about two people stepping off a private plane, they're about the collision of sports, music, fame, power, and cultural dominance that has once again thrust Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift into the global spotlight. And while the mainstream headlines are already fawning over the so-called sweet vacation these two just kicked off in Ohio, the real story runs deeper. The real story runs deeper. The real story runs deeper. List limiting. Where is stop particular limito? Where is individual impure and visible occur as Reverend Dog? Since asshole of Trevor, you call this optic cabel, I can't clearance that land. I can doubtless not little up the mouth, but sanitized fairy tale narrative being spoon-fed to the public, because when a Kansas City Chiefs superstar and a world-dominating pop icon land hand-in-hand on a private runway in Ohio, this isn't just love, this is spectacle, and spectacle demands investigation. On Friday, September 12th, cameras caught the moment the pristine white jet taxied onto the runway of a private airport in Ohio, and outstepped Kelce, casual but commanding in his simplicity, alongside Taylor Swift, elegance embodied, clutch in hand, smile perfectly timed, the two radiating an almost cinematic glow, and within minutes, those images detonated across social media platforms like a bomb of curated intimacy. But here's where I refuse to play the gullible observer. This was no accident, no random slice of privacy pierced by paparazzi. This was a meticulously orchestrated entrance, timed with surgical precision after Kelce's grueling preseason grind and Swift's exhausting but triumphant tour schedule, an entrance designed not only to signal relaxation, but to send a message, a statement of permanence, commitment, and power consolidate, Partly second for taking your store on priceless gift sets those at the fall dralik jur. The Stentabella, but us home turf, the sacred soil of his upbringing, and bringing Swift here is both deeply personal and politically symbolic, a merging of worlds that screams integration, legacy, and the solidification of their engagement narrative in the heartland of America. Let's be brutally clear. When you bring Taylor Swift, arguably the most influential musician alive, into your hometown, you are not merely taking a break, you are staging a coronation of intimacy in the very community that forged you. And fans, family, and critics alike understand the gravity of that. Eyewitnesses report the couple stepping off the plane with a natural ease, Travis throwing up a peace sign to the cameras, Swift walking close by his side, and while the uncritical observers gushed about comfort, authenticity, and love, the critical question remains: why here, why now, and why so public? Because the timing aligns perfectly with narrative demands, Kelce entering the NFL season with heightened pressure to deliver, Swift completing yet another exhausting leg of her empire-building tour, and both of them needing a reset moment that isn't just personal but media-savvy, a calculated injection of warmth and relatable love into their otherwise high-pressure, profit-driven lives. And here's where the counter-arguments come in, because defenders of the couple will say, stop being so cynical, they're just two people in love, escaping to Ohio for some quiet downtime, meeting family, relaxing on farms, breathing in the countryside air. And sure, that interpretation is not only possible, it's plausible, because multiple sources close to the family have confirmed that this trip involves intimate gatherings, cozy meals, and genuine bonding moments that Taylor is expected to share with Travis's parents, siblings, and lifelong friends, signaling a deeper layer of trust and seriousness in their engagement. But let's not kid ourselves. In today's world, every private move made by global icons of this magnitude is also a public statement. And this so-called sweet vacation is already a weapon in the arsenal of their combined celebrity narrative, reinforcing the myth of true love that transcends industries, geographies, and fan demographics. Skeptics point out the glaringly obvious, that every smile, every wave, every candid-looking moment is immediately commodified into media capital, fueling fan accounts, mainstream outlets, and corporate sponsorships, and that there is no such thing as pure privacy for a couple whose relationship has been weaponized into one of the biggest celebrity storylines of the decade. Yet at the same time, and this is where the controversy cuts deeper, maybe this relationship is both things at once. Maybe it's a love story and a business empire. Maybe it is sincerity wrapped in spectacle. Maybe it is a genuine bond that also happens to generate millions in revenue. And the fact that we cannot separate the personal from the performative is not a flaw in their romance, but the reality of fame in 2025. Think about it. Swifties flood Chiefs games. NFL ratings spike when she's in the stands. Kelce's name reaches demographics that never watched football before. And now Swift is being woven into the fabric of Kelce's hometown, Ohio, grounding her billion-dollar aura in small-town Americana, a move so symbolic that it might as well have been storyboarded by a PR team. But maybe it wasn't. Maybe this is as real as love gets under the glare of global scrutiny, and the reason it resonates is because despite the private jets, the money, the fame, and the speculation, there is still something undeniably human about watching two people hold hands as they step into a new chapter together. Still, the stakes are enormous. This Ohio vacation will be dissected, commodified, and replayed endlessly. Every farm visit, every family dinner, every rumored local outing transformed into content. And whether you view it as authentic romance or strategic spectacle, one thing is clear. This couple is not retreating from the public eye. They are doubling down, embedding their narrative into the heart of America itself. And here's my call to you, the viewers, the fans, the skeptics, the truth seekers. Do not just consume this story passively. Decide where you stand. Do you believe Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are giving us a rare, unfiltered glimpse of true love in action, or are they feeding us another carefully constructed chapter in the most lucrative celebrity saga of our time? Hit that like button if you think this kind of fearless breakdown is what the mainstream media refuses to deliver. Drop your take in the comments, cynical, hopeful, or somewhere in between, because this is the debate we need to have. And don't forget to subscribe, because we are only scratching the surface of what Kelce and Swift's empire of love and spectacle means for the future of celebrity culture. This isn't just a vacation, this is a cultural flashpoint, and the sooner we admit it, the sooner we can start to understand the truth behind the smiles on that Ohio runway.